Keeping in mind the amount of guild points she had available, Claire thought about what she'd order as she stood behind the other adventurers waiting to eat. It really does seem like people are rather particular about what type of weapon they use, Abby commented to Bill. Ever since they stepped into the dining area and noticed the stairs, Abby and Bill had been talking amongst themselves about the reaction. Likely finding what Abby and Bill were talking about to be interesting, the adventurer in front of them turned around, startling Claire. It's due to the philosophy on which is more effective to survive up there. The man pointed a finger to the ceiling to indicate the world overrun with modified humans. Claire stopped herself from raising an eyebrow at the man's comment. Looking at Abby, she noticed that her sister didn't bother hiding what she thought. Abby frowned, not appreciating the familiar way the man was talking with them, and how the adventurer interrupted in her conversation with Bill. Upon realizing what her companion had done, the woman next to the man glanced at Abby and then proceeded to punch the man. "What are you doing?" Turning to Abby, she slightly bowed apologetically. "Sorry about my friend. He tends to stick his nose where it doesn't belong." Checking out the two adventurers, Claire noticed that they were both carrying hot weapons. Their armor was also closer to science fiction than others who were wearing more historical gear. Gear that gave off a fantasy vibe compared to the science fiction from them. "Don't worry about it," Bill said to the woman. "Like us, I'm sure your friend is paying attention to how there seems to be a grouping of people based on their choice in weapons." Grinning at what Bill said, the male adventurer laughed. "Exactly. I think it says a lot about people depending on what weapons they choose to use." He patted the laser pistol on his hip. "Compared to using swords, I feel like shooting at your enemy is far better. At least I can leverage the skills developed in training." Offering a hand, the man said, "My name is Don. I was part of the mechanic unit, fixing up the various vehicles used in the fort." Tapping the back of his other hand on his friend's shoulder, Don said, "This is Cammy. She's also a mechanic in my unit." Cammy waved a hand at them shyly. "Nice to meet you all." Bill reached out to shake Don's hand. "It's nice to meet you both." First indicating to Abby, he said, "This is Abby." Then Bill placed a hand on Hannah's shoulder. "This is my little sister, Hannah, and the other is Abby's sister, named Claire." "Nice to meet you," Claire greeted the man and woman. Hannah smiled at the two, looking unsure about the encounter, but also happy to meet new people. Don's eyebrows raised when he noticed that Claire and Hannah weren't carrying weapons. "Are the two of you not adventurers?" "Obviously, they're adventurers." Cammy rolled her eyes at Don. Raising a hand, how else would they be able to enter into the guild? "You heard, Darlena. Only adventurers are able to enter." Rubbing the back of his head, Don laughed. "Oh yeah." Seeing the two interact with one another, Claire could see that the two were close friends. "We left our weapons inside of our workshop in the crafting section of the guild." Cammy's eyebrows raised at Claire's words. "You're crafting adventurers?" Claire nodded, not minding the reaction by Cammy. Based on what she had overheard from other adventurers inside the guild, it wasn't a common thing for adventurers to take up. "Are the two of you part of a group?" Don asked, appearing curious upon learning that Claire and Hannah were crafters. "Kind of," Claire answered, unsure how to describe the position. Pointing to Abby and Bill, "Our families are close, and we're working together. So kind of like a group? She raised both hands and shrugged. Cammy nodded her head. That's a good idea. Crafting adventurers are pretty hard to come by, at least from what I learned. So your families will really benefit from having the two of you.